Hello, Flat Earth researchers, debaters, and debunkers. You really don't need me to tell you that we are seeing happening now what the so called conspiracy theorists have been warning people about for years now. And humanity really seems to be at this crucial crossroads where we could see a repeat of history that we saw happen in Germany a couple of generations ago and find ourselves in a very dark place. If the globalists get their way. Of course, those of us that are aware of the agenda have seen this coming. And that's because a lot of us have been on a kind of lifelong truth-seeking journey. For me, went down all the rabbit holes that I'm sure you're all very familiar with, and ended up at this realization that we don't live on a spinning globe. And I started putting videos on my YouTube channel, Phuket Word, in about 2015. And before then, it was just a platform for me to publish the news stories and events that were going on in Phuket. That's why it's called Phuket Word. And that was part of, just again, me following my passion and continuing my vocation as a writer and an editor, having left the newspaper that I was working for as an editor. Well, it closed down, so I was without a job there and just carried on doing my own thing. And it's been great for a while, but we see now that there is so much censorship on these mainstream platforms, even when it comes to flat Earth. Although we're allowed to talk about it, if someone puts flat Earth into the YouTube search engine, then they get all the heliocentrist cult members and the debunkers who have got great traction just by taking the mickey out of people like myself and many of you who have been at the shitty end of that stick. And okay, great, it gets some people onto thinking about flat Earth, but it's really not getting the people that we're really trying to aim to reach. And we can see from recent events that there are so many more people that could do with being woken up. I know that a lot of people have now come to this realization that all is not it seems because of recent events, and they've that's shaken them awake, and a lot of people have come to flat Earth as a consequence of that. But as I said, we see increasing restrictions, and this is a labor of love. I'm just so passionate about it that I want to share it, and I don't care what people think. Otherwise, it wouldn't be here in the first place anyway, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm trying to tell the truth, or my truth, and I've got no other agenda apart from that. I'm not trying to present other models or any kind of religious stance. It's just, this is how it is, and this is what it means to me, and I'm sure it's very similar for a lot of you. But it's just very time consuming, and putting things onto this platform that you're watching it on now isn't very fruitful. It's very frustrating because you really can't talk about the issues that really need to be talked about, and a lot of research goes into these videos, and then you put it up there and it gets demonetized or restricted because you're just cutting too close to the bone. So I want to up the game really, and move away from that dependence on this particular mainstream social media platform, and I hope a lot of you will kind of join me in that process. And so one thing I've done is I've bought PhuketWord.net. I used to have PhuketWord.com. That was my original news website, but it was doing very well when I was doing it, maybe about 10 years ago. And I lost it because of missing some payments. And now if I want to buy it back, it would cost me several $100s, or at one point it was worth a couple of $1,000s. But anyway, they can have that. I don't care, because I've gone and bought PhuketWord.net now, and that's just one of the steps in the process that I'm undertaking now. The other one is that I've set up a Patreon page, and this will allow me to create ad-free content and talk more about the really pressing issues that I want to talk about. And I'm hoping that a lot of you will come along and support me in that effort. People have asked in the past how they can support me, and a lot of you will put up with the ridiculous ads that you have to watch on this platform as a way of supporting me. But really, there isn't much financial reward for it, especially given the hours and hours of effort that are put into it. It can take a couple of days to make a 10-minute video, and some of the longer videos might take weeks or even months of work to put them together. I'll get some inspiration, and then I go down the rabbit hole there and get the facts together and put it all in a way that is hopefully cohesive. So it's really time consuming to do that, but of course it's what I really want to do, and I feel it's what needs to be done, but unfortunately time is money, and so that's why I've set up the Patreon page. And if you don't mind, let's go and have a look at it, and I'll take you through the options available there. Got to put me glasses on for this, just a second. So here it is, the Phuket Word Patreon page at patreon.com/Phuket Word. I'll put the link in the description. If you're not familiar with Patreon, it's a platform that makes it very quick and easy to set up monthly contributions to a creative process. And there's no other commitment apart from that. You can cancel anytime you like. So what I've done is I've set up 5 different membership levels, which I'll take you through in a second. And I've got some more information down here about basically my mission to awaken more people, more lost souls before it's too late. I've got the goals written down here that I want to aim for with your support, and really hopefully how everyone benefits from this by continuing this exploration of who we are, where we are, and what we're doing here. And this will be done by creating a more independent platform, and really just doing this with the people that are really interested in doing it. I can't be bothered with the trolls anymore, and I think a lot of you would like a space where we can communicate and collaborate in peace and without those distractions. So let's just have a look at the different levels of membership here. So Word is £5 a month. It's about the cheapest available. Anything less than that, and Patreon kind of takes a significant cut, so it just doesn't work out being worth it for anyone. But basically, if you can support me on this level, it allows me to at least continue producing the videos that I've been doing on YouTube, and dedicate the usual kind of time and resources to that. But you would, as a member, you would get this ad-free content as well. Maybe I would put things up before so that you don't have to watch the ads, and then they can go onto YouTube in the public domain later on. And you get to join the community that I hope a lot of people will join, and we can communicate and collaborate together. So the next level is Word Up, which is £10 a month, and basically means that you're giving me a bit more support, and it means I can get a bit more done, be more regular with putting videos out there. And one of my goals in this particular one is to have at least 10 or more people supporting with the Word Up level, and then we can arrange to have a regular hangout and a chat and discussions to try and make some progress without the interruptions from the trolls. So that can be done through Patreon. There's no need to sign up for Discord and things like that. So again, it keeps it very simple for anyone that's joined this. We get to communicate privately, and I think that's a lot more constructive and productive. Just not going to bother with these trolls anymore, these time wasters that come along asking silly questions, getting you to give them some answers, and then they just ignore it, and they're just playing you along. So that's that one. And then I've got this one, Word Plus Thai cooking classes for $25 a month. And basically, I wanted to, if someone's able to contribute that much, I want to give something in return. And so what I would do is, with my wife, who is a pro cook, we do these cooking demonstration videos, and they'd be exclusively available to anyone in this tier of membership, and those that are above it as well. And we do that maybe once a month. And I'm also going to give downloadable PDFs of the recipe so that you can go ahead and do it at home. And another thing I'd like to do is, for example, for those of us that are those of you that are supporting me on these higher levels, then I can afford then to maybe send things like this to you by post, which is the Thai herb detox pack. You boil this up with water and it really flushes you out. It's excellent stuff. It's all very natural, but that's the kind of thing I'd like to be able to share with people, and we'll be able to do so if you're making that kind of contribution. So that should be a fun thing to do, and there'll obviously be an emphasis on it being healthy, and you'll, again, that content will be ad free as well. And so then down here we've got some options for those who are really serious about helping and getting that message out there. The Word Supercharge level for £50 a month is, it's a big chunk. But what it does mean is that if some of you are able to contribute this much, I'll be able to dedicate a lot more time and resources to putting more regular content out there. And this, of course, will help me get some hardware, which is very much needed right now. My camera is at least 10 years old and the computer is full up, and stuff like that, just to be able to carry on, but make some improvements. And this would also help supercharge the drive for greater independence from the increasingly heavy restrictions on the mainstream social media platforms. So it means I can kind of diversify the content, and I can get more truth-related content out there, as well as doing the flat earth stuff. And this will, of course, help bring others to the flat earth realization. And also it would help me or allow me to promote others of you in the community that are doing some excellent work. And again, these videos take a while to put together, and I always want to do my videos properly. I don't want to be sloppy about it. I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to that, because I don't want to be wasting people's time. So this is something I would also be able to do more of, and this is the way that we need to help each other anyway, because of the YouTube algorithms suppressing all these truther channels out there. When we support each other, that does help build awareness, and more people get to see those videos that way. But they won't get them if they come along searching through YouTube for flat earth or space is fake or NASA or whatever. It's just going to be other stuff that they want you to be distracted with. So you in this tier you get the cooking recipes as well, and of course in the community. And just in case, I've put one here, the Word Stellar supporter for £100 a month. I've no idea if anyone is willing to or would afford that, would be able to afford it. I don't know. But if it did happen, then it would obviously help me greatly, and I'd be able to do this really on a more of a full-time basis. Not only producing the content myself, but supporting those who are also producing content. And so that would allow me to create and maintain an independent platform dedicated to this communication and collaboration. But also what that would mean is that you can end up helping others here in the local community, because there are so many destitute people, especially following the worldwide lockdown and the end of tourism in Phuket here. This would give me a chance to pay it forwards in some respect. So I can kind of do that by buying food or medicine, or just helping people out with all sorts of things, or even the charities, going through the charities and organizations that are volunteering here. And I've put a few links in this description here that you can go and have a look at. But that's really the goal. This is all about helping people. This isn't really about me. I feel I'm just the messenger, and this is much bigger than all of us, but it's very important. And I hope you understand that in order to carry on doing this and doing it effectively with all the suppression and restrictions and censorship that we're facing, we've got to club together and make a go of it ourselves, become independent. We don't have to be reliant on these guys. It takes a lot of work and effort, but it can be done. And it's unrealistic to say, yeah, I'll do it for free and volunteer. It just doesn't work out like that, because I've got a family to feed, and as you might know, there's no, I don't get the kind of child benefit or social support here that I would do in England. So man's got to make a living, but this is where my passion is, and it's where I am most productive. Instead of writing silly blog articles for corporations, I'd rather be focusing all my energy and efforts on this, because I'm really inspired to do it, and there's so much information that needs to get out there, and there's so many more people that need to be made aware of this. So thank you for listening and going through this with me and considering it, and let's see, give me your feedback, let me know what you think, because this is a collective, collaborative process, and hopefully we can do something that really makes a difference here. So I'll thank you very much, and we'll catch up soon. Cheers. Click subscribe and the bell icon if you'd like to receive notifications of new videos from Phuket Word.